Hi everyone, it's Morgan Severson back on Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, and I was pretty excited because days 2, 3, and 4 are about your top 5 favorite tarot, oracle, and tarot books of 2018 respectively. So not the ones that you've used this year, but the ones that you've purchased this year. And I was feeling like quite the minimalist because I was like, I don't think I bought more than 5 decks this year total, like including tarot and oracle. But then I looked at my bookshelf and realized I bought 7 decks total. But I'm still proud of myself because I think in 2017 I bought way more than that. And maybe there's a correlation between me having a better year and buying less decks. But I am still hopeful that I can combine this video also with how many tarot books I bought this year. I think I bought a few, but I only finished one, so I'm just going to include that one because I don't want to include any of my favorites until I've finished it. So let's start with my favorite tarot decks of the year. And I'm going to start with least favorite to most favorite, but I pretty much love them all. So the first one, oh my gosh, is the Oceanic Tarot. The cardstock is not my favorite. It's a little slippery. I almost just dropped it beforehand. And the pips don't have a lot of illustration. Throughout the suits, it's just how many of swords, cups, pentacles, wands there are. So that's not my favorite. I bought this deck because somebody gave me a past life reading with it. But I will say the readings have been super accurate that I've done with it. So sometimes when I buy a deck and I'm like, I don't really like it, they tend to be like, fuck you, here's an awesome reading. So overall, I would say if you are drawn to like oceany kind of stuff, if you're a water sign or if you feel called to water, it's a good deck. I don't regret buying it at all. So the next 3 decks, I really love all of them. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I got the Moonchild Tarot because it's upside down. I posted a post about doing free readings for it. So the Moonchild Tarot is, you know, an iconic deck. The Starchild Tarot is really famous in the community. So I'm really glad I added this one to my collection. The guidebook is really awesome. It has more than just card meetings. It has like activities and stuff that you can do by the moon. So I appreciate that. Sometimes when you buy an indie deck, they're a little bit more expensive, and I think what she's put into the guidebook has really made the price worth it. So yes, that is second deck I added to my collection this year. My number 2 favorite deck of this year is the Spoilia? I should know how to say this by now because I've been unboxing this deck and like talking about it for a while. It's Spolia by Jessica Crispin, who I love. And what I love about this deck is like, look how big it is. So there are 12 extra astrology cards and 4 extra element cards in this deck. So it's more than just your traditional suit. So here you can see, here's a Gemini card. So I was talking about in one of my other videos that I love extra cards. I'm not totally a tarot traditionalist. I think it's really cool. The more the better to me. Also the guidebook is amazing here. Jessica Crispin is an awesome writer. This piggybacks into my favorite book of 2018 tarot-wise. It's a Creative Tarot. I have 2. I bought Jessica Crispin's book earlier in the year. Because I love her writing, frankly, and she's one of the people who's really made me change my perspective on all sorts of things, from feminism to marriage to capitalism. She's an incredible writer, published like New York Times. Like she does have a strong tarot career, but she's also like really kind of that bitch. Then when her deck came out, I paid whatever the Kickstarter fee was to get the book autographed, so I have Jessica Crispin's autograph. But I love this deck. And actually, she is selling it right now. She has imperfect decks with just like small ink blotches for half off. I think it's like $25. So if you don't mind having an imperfect deck that is still totally functional, highly recommend buying this deck. I think it's so unique. I know she's worked on it for years. Love her newsletter, love her writing. I really can't recommend this deck more. You should add it to your collection. It's awesome. But my most favorite deck I added this year is the Enchanted Tarot. The reason why this deck is so special to me is it's out of print. It's a rare deck, so it's like one of the only ones in my collection that is rare and out of print. And I actually ordered a deck off of eBay and it got lost in the mail, and like it couldn't be refunded. The seller bought like insurance, and it just like, Chicago mail sucks. I live in the garden unit. Like, I don't have my own mailbox. It's like a whole thing. But my best Capricorn friend, other than my mom, okay, one of my best Capricorn friends, Matt, bought me this deck kind of as a surprise because I was so bummed because I was so excited, and I like saved up for this deck because it's like kind of expensive, and he bought it for me when mine got lost. And I love the artwork. I love the guidebook. I think it's such a cool deck. It's so like girly and dainty. I almost feel like you're in like a Polly Pocket, but it's also so like badass. And the book has like spells that you can use per the card. Like, look at this Two of Hearts, which is the Two of Cups. Like, I just really love it. I love the backs. I'm just so happy this deck is in my collection. I truly love it so much. So if you can get your hands on an Enchanted Tarot, you definitely should. It's New Age Hipster's fault that I bought this deck because she Instagrammed it. I'm like, I need this immediately. So yeah, awesome deck. Moving on to the Oracle decks. I love all the Oracle decks that I'm about to share with you, but if I had to put them, if this is my number 3, this is the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, same person who does the Moonchild and Starchild Tarot, so you can really feel her feel throughout this deck. I love this deck, don't get me wrong. It's like picking your favorite children. It's very like starseed, galaxy kind of out there. So if you're looking for like a gentle spiritual deck, if you identify with being a starseed, if you feel like maybe you had a past life on a different planet, I highly recommend this deck. It's gorgeous, love it. The cardstock is awesome. The backs are super cool. The guidebook, also great. I think one of her strengths. Overall, recommend it. Think you should add it to your collection. My second favorite is the Moon deck. I finally purchased this one. I've had my eyes off of it, or on it, for a while. And what I really like about it is its affirmations have really good, like, practical advice. So not only is the artwork beautiful, like, I think this is a good deck for a daily pull or a weekly pull and, like, what you want to focus on that week. I really do like intuitive decks, but I also like decks that are like, this is what the fuck you should be doing, you know? I think that can be a little bit underrated sometimes when you just really need that guidance. Like, that just really tells you to meditate. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. Like, I feel like that's such a message for 2019, actually. Like, just be who you are and approve of yourself. That's kind of the collective message I had in my previous video. My favorite one was Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler Oracle. I just felt like this one gave me my best readings this year. It's not necessarily my favorite artwork or anything, but had the most highly accurate readings. And it's interesting because it's like on the theme of a journey, which I think obviously resonates with everyone, the path of life. So I feel like when you check in with this deck, it can really be telling. Miracles. Love it. So yeah. Also, I know I already plugged the book and Jessica Crispin, but seriously, this is an awesome book. It's really good for the creative path, but also just, I love her writing on tarot. I think it's super unique. I think she's an incredible voice in the community, and I think you should definitely support her. So thank you for watching, and hopefully see you tomorrow.